Do I look like Jeffree Star yet? Welcome everyone to Powered and Protected by Rainbows. I'm of course your host, Matt Haslam, and on today's show I'm going to show you how to do the perfect puppy costume and makeup for your Halloween costume this year. But being a puppy isn't really a scary costume, so it's not necessarily tied down to just Halloween here. It could be for any costume party year-round, like many non-scary outfits. That's not necessarily like spooky or a ghost or something like that. So this could be any time of the year really, so it's not necessarily just for Halloween, but it's great for Halloween. If you want to be a puppy, this is how maybe some ideas on how to dress and do your makeup. But before we actually get into the makeup portion of this, what costume would be best for this entire outfit? Well, you could go the route of doing something like a Scooby-Doo full onesie, full costume, like this one. It'll cost you about $30 to $50 depending on the size you need, and keep in mind all of those prices can come down right after Halloween is over. So you could go that route, or you can support the show a little bit and get yourself a Lost Dog t-shirt or a Free to Be, Live to Bark shirt. Both of these shirts are super cute, and I think they're adorable to wear around town. Anywhere you go, it shows off a little bit of the rainbow there, so you can kind of show your pride in being LGBTQ. I wear these all the time. They're super comfy. They are great quality t-shirts, and they're super inexpensive too, and they're available in the description down below. I have a link to our merchandise store. But as far as makeup goes, what makeup do we need for this outfit? Well, the first thing you really kind of need is a set of ears. Now, here's the thing with ears. You can find yourself a little bit longer ears at a place like a Halloween store or something like that, and that's awesome. Or you can find yourself one of these pairs of ears that I've had for a couple years now, and they are super adorable, super comfy, and this set is actually from a place called Petite Bella, and they actually ended up sponsoring my music video Lost Dog, which I will leave again in the link down below. You can find that music video, and they actually sponsored that video. They're not sponsoring this episode of the show, but they did sponsor us way back when on that music video, so I absolutely love their company. But I bought these pair of ears before they decided to sponsor us, so I'm not biased in that way. But anyway, you're going to need yourself a pair of ears. You're also going to need yourself some makeup sponges. Now, I just happen to have a lot of these makeup sponges from running a company that works in television a lot. This is a $5 pack from Spirit of Halloween. But if you convince one of your good friends that, you know, happens to be a girl and uses these all the time, you can probably get yourself a couple of them for free. The other thing that you might want to consider is a pack like this. Now, this is a pack for voodoo outfit, and it actually comes with a pack of 4 colors here: the brown, red, black, and white. You're not going to need the white or the brown at all, but you are going to need the black and the red. And this bigger pack is only like $3, so this black is pretty much enough to get you by at least 5 or 6 different times putting this entire outfit on. So it's enough to get you by if you only are going to wear this a couple times throughout the season. But this pack also comes with a pencil, which you're definitely going to need a pencil, and it comes with a little tiny brush, which you're going to need something similar to this brush. So all of that comes in this little pack, and these purple little makeup sponges are good, but not great for what we're talking about, so you probably want a little bit bigger set of them. So this pack is great. It's $3 and it's for voodoo, but you can use it to be a puppy. So that's what I'm happy about here. So overall, a pretty inexpensive set of makeup and entire costume, even if you include a t-shirt, which again is pretty relatively inexpensive in general. Even if it's not one of these t-shirts, you know, pretty much any puppy or dog t-shirt is pretty inexpensive out there. So all of that said, you know, this entire outfit could be easily done for maybe $20 or $30. You know, and it's not a huge amount you're talking about here. So here's where we're going to start doing the actual makeup for this outfit, and I'm going to start sounding a little bit like Jeffree Star here, but I cannot compete on that level. But we're going to start off with our sponge here and some black makeup. And I'm going to just quickly rub it there and get some black on my sponge. just enough there. And I'm going to start by putting it on the top of my nose and start to do the underneath of the nose. Get it all around there. And believe me, this black is going to go quite far. It's a lot of uses. So we don't need much of it here, just enough to mostly cover the tip of your nose, because we're going to get most of the details and lines with the pencil later on. So that's pretty much all we can do with the big sponge here, is just get the main portion of the nose complete. The second step is just by taking the pencil, and we're going to start with that a little bit. And for a second here, we're going to start making those lines more defined on the nose. And I'm going to start filling in there a little bit. Make sure you connect underneath the nostril in that way. You know, it doesn't look horrible in the end, you're hoping. Now, someone really trained on this can do those very defined lines with the big sponge. I am not that talented, so I decided to use a pencil for that portion. And now that that's complete, the next step is actually creating a little bit of black makeup right down the center here. And for a second, you're gonna look a little bit like Hitler in your makeup process, but trust me, that's gonna go away really fast. All right, and if you notice what I did there, is actually from the base of your nostrils, it's actually flared out a little bit. So it's a little bit of a curve coming down and out towards the mouth. And that way it doesn't look like it's just straight vertical lines. The next step is actually putting 3 dots on each side of that to reflect the little dots and whiskers on a puppy. So we're going to put 2 on the bottom and then 1 on the top on each side. And now the next step is actually creating the little hairs that come out from those little specks. And we're going to do that again with the pencil here. And remember not to make them completely straight, but we're going to flare one up, one sort of straight out, and one a little bit downward. And that way they all sort of protrude out of those 3 dots. And remember, as you're doing this, to like flare a little bit at the end, and that way it's not like a sudden abrupt end to the line, because real hairs on a dog don't just end, they actually just get skinnier as they go on. Now this is actually how I've been doing my puppy makeup for a couple years now, and it sort of looks good on its own, and it stands great on its own. But one of my friends, Nikki Eisworth, actually shared a photo of his puppy makeup, and he added an extra little bonus into the makeup that I absolutely loved, and we're gonna try for the first time right now, and I really hope it works out, because I need a thumbnail picture at the very end of this, and I haven't taken that yet. So I'm gonna try that right now. And so that is done with the red makeup in here, and we're actually gonna be creating a tongue for the puppy. All right, and we're just gonna outline it really quick there. And then I'm gonna go back in and fill that in with red. And what we wanna do is just blend that red right into your lip, and that way it looks like your tongue is actually coming out from your mouth. It's a little bit tricky to do, actually. And finally, what I'm going to do is put a line right down the middle of that to reflect like the actual middle of the tongue. Now that we're done that, we're going to put our ears on. And what I always do with the ears is, because it has this headband here, I always put the headband back towards the ears and angle it out upward and forward a little bit, and that way the ears stick down a little bit for like shorter ears. But if you had longer ears that you bought in your store or whatever, then you can probably just go straight up. But if I went straight up with this headband, then the ears don't really come towards the front of my face too much, so it's a little bit harder to tell that it's a puppy ears. So what I do is just aim it up and forward a little bit, just like so. And now we have perfect puppy outfit. And finally, I'm going to try to actually add paws to my hands here. This might be a little more tricky than I've ever done before, so let's see how it goes. And this is totally not the first time I've done this. That's actually not as bad as I thought it would be for the first time doing it. Now I'm going to shade it in. Alright, so there is one paw done. Now to work on the extremely and exponentially harder one. The right one, because I am right-handed, and this is going to be 10 times more challenging, especially because I gotta match it. And somehow show you on camera what it looks like as I'm doing it. Oh yeah, and I also have a reference picture down here, just because I don't know what paws look like in general. So anyway, that is how you do the puppy makeup and costume to make yourself look like a cute little puppy for Halloween, and that way you can wear it to all of your different Halloween events, your different costume parties throughout the year, or Pride events, because like I said before, this is a costume, and being a puppy is something that you can do for any different costume party or event throughout the entire year. It doesn't necessarily have to be for Halloween, because being a puppy isn't a character that's really scary like a ghost or a villain or a different, like, you know, a vampire or a voodoo person would be. It's something that's a fun and loving animal that you can do throughout the entire year, so keep that in mind. But I absolutely love the makeup, and I love the additions to it, especially from like Nikki Eisworth, my new friend, who shared a picture with us and like said, hey, here's how I do my makeup, and I'm like, that's adorable, having a little tongue there. And I also decided to add the little paws this year because I love that idea as well. And I know someone's gonna probably put the comment down there of like, why don't you put it on the bottom of your hand, Matt? Well, because the bottom of your hand isn't really seen too much when you're doing things, so I like to have it on the outside, and that way it shows up a little bit more, and that way if you're working or whatever and you're in your costume, you know, you're at a computer, it shows up. Or you can like just look at your paws all day. It's really cute. So anyway, that's how you do the makeup, and I hope you enjoyed this Jeffree Star tutorial, even though I make a whole lot less money than him on my tutorials for makeup. And I do them a whole lot less often than him, and I definitely need my own makeup line now. So, you know, Jeffree Star or Shane Dawson, get in contact with me. It'd be amazing. But anyway, that is our episode, and again, special thank you to Nikki Eisman. His makeup is absolutely amazing, and I love it. So definitely great ideas from him. If you have any ideas on how to add to this costume, or you have ideas for your own costumes as well, please do leave them in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you went for as Halloween, or what you're planning on going for Halloween this year. I would love to hear that in the comments down below, or just different costumes you have throughout the entire year. I would love to see those in the comments down below as well. So please like, comment, subscribe, and share all that great stuff. Comment down below your favorite part of this costume or your favorite costume in general, and let us know, you know, by liking the video and subscribing to the channel, because we definitely want to hit 100 subs soon, because we're so close to that. I'm not all about the numbers here, but I definitely see us getting closer to 100, and I'm really excited about it. So please do hit that red subscribe button for plenty more great gay content to come. I am Amante the Equality Puppy. Actually, most people know me as Matt the Equality Puppy, but it's been so nice having you. This has been PBR. Have a gay day, everyone. And rather than saying bye for now, I feel like making it a little bit more on topic this time and just saying rough.